Intricate designs of lightning, sprawling tree branches, ridged mountains, rolling hills, rippling waves, soft, plump clouds. In each of these we find beauty. So why not in intricate and sprawling stretch marks? Why not ridges and rolls on bodies? Why not soft, plump stomachs and thighs? Fat bodies used to be seen as beautiful and worthy. Not only that, but fat bodies were also seen as a sign of wealth, prosperity, and opulence. Fat bodies have long represented strength and power throughout history. But at some point, there was a shift. The positive perceptions of fat bodies morphed into the dehumanized, shunned, and undesirable perception we know today. Plus-size people became a symbol of shaming, humiliating, disrespectful, and unsubstantiated judgment. How did we get here? The harmful pathologization of fat bodies has completely changed the perception of plus-size people. Trying to follow the paper trail of this hate is difficult and hardly documented, but we can see a steady growth of anti-fat beliefs beginning in the mid to late 1900s with anti-obesity campaigns and the rise of fad diets to obtain the perfect body. These ideals, spurred on by the westernized and modernized perceptions of fat people, have caused the spread of deeply rooted fatphobia. Fatphobia is perpetuated by a fear of fatness or becoming fat. A study was conducted to, quote, examine the influence of one's own body weight on the strength of implicit and explicit anti-fat bias. The results were staggering. Every weight group, including fat individuals, quote, exhibited significant anti-fat bias. The data presented reflects that of the 4,283 participants, 46% of people would rather give up 1 year of their lives than be obese. 30% would rather be divorced. 25% would rather be unable to have children. 15% would rather be severely depressed, and 14% would rather be an alcoholic. Two main sources of ubiquitous and dangerous fatphobia are social media and, unfortunately, the medical field. Social media has given fatphobes a space to voice their hatred for others' bodies. Open the comments of any social media post created by a fat person or including a fat person, and you'll see what I mean. Fat people are constantly belittled in media and incessantly offered unsolicited weight loss advice or insulting comments about the way they look. And that's only scratching the surface. The medical field is teeming with anti-fat bias. This is incredibly unsafe for many reasons. Doctors on average spend much less time with fat patients than they do with non-fat patients. Additionally, the universal fat phobia causes reluctance for fat patients seeking medical treatment, which causes issues to intensify. Furthermore, if these issues are present, many doctors will suggest losing weight instead of treating the issue, and some will even go as far as to refuse treatment if you are overweight. Researcher Erin Harrop conducted a study of higher weight women with anorexia and discovered that while it takes thin women around 3 years to get into treatment, Harrop's patients, quote, spent an average of 13 and a half years waiting for their disorders to be addressed. So, what can we do? Well, from a fat girl to you, the viewer, I implore you to check your anti-fat bias. Spread kindness instead of hate. Stand up for fat liberation. Support fat acceptance and positivity. Treat fat people like people. And please, please stop commenting on how other people look. And why does it matter? Well, as a fat person myself, I've experienced the pain of fatphobia, partly from strangers, but also from my loved ones. I know from firsthand personal experience the harmful impact that broad societal prejudice have on oppressed groups, and I hope to spread awareness against it. So now I ask you the question, where do we find beauty?